Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great dishonor, great dismay, that I have to announce that Elon Musk, our Reddit king, our Doge god, our boomer meme lord, has fallen from grace. Elon Keanu Reeves Musk? What is wrong with you? Not only is he now pretending to be good at video games and then crying when he gets caught doing it. Isn't this all deflection? Why so sensitive about being caught cheating? And it got worse somehow. He's also arguing with Asmongold, the guy who wipes his tooth blood on the wall. Elon Musk is arguing with the cockroach bedroom guy.
There's no way he played that account. Like, I'm sorry. I think he bought the account or somebody played it for him. 100%.
It really is a great timeline we live in. I feel like we're living in possibly the best era we possibly could when billionaires are arguing with World of Warcraft streamers. It's awesome. I love it. We've got a funny situation going on right now. Between Asmongold and Elon Musk are in a bad situation. They're somehow beefing on Twitter. And it all started with something very, very funny. Something very, very, very funny, okay? So Elon Musk, because he is the greatest Redditor of all time, the greatest Reddit CEO of our time, likes to posture that he's good at video games, right? He likes to posture that he's a good creator, good gamer, okay? And basically he got caught lying about how good he was at a game called Path of Exile. So we're going to take a look at that first, and then we're going to delve into the other stuff that's going on here, because this led to a beef from Elon Musk in which he removed Asmongold's verification mark on Twitter. So here we have Elon Musk is lying about being good at video games by Quinn69TV.
I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point, I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
You're actually like a world-class, incredible video game player.
Yeah.
Paragon board and the build, you're also an innovator there.
Yeah, I played a lot of video games.
You think about like StarCraft, any game where a lot of people are playing, to rise to the top, you have to be exceptional, period, as a human being.
Yeah.
There has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah.
Are you in the top 20 in the world or the top 20 wow, in Diablo?
Yeah.
Shooting rockets into space, making e-vehicles, starting a new department of the government. I actually let myself think maybe he actually is an alien, because there's just no way, unless he's paying people to do it for him, which obviously he's not.
Unless he's paying people to do it for him. So Elon, because he wants to be very relatable, wants to be a very relatable guy that everybody respects, everybody thinks is cool. He wants to be the relatable CEO. He talks about how good of a gamer he is, okay? Top 20 in the world in StarCraft, top 20 in Diablo. He's amazing at these really hard games. He said he was in the top 20 Quake players in the world at one point in time, right? Apparently, in between going over these, in between managing his companies, managing Tesla, trying to keep Tesla stock up, okay, trying to deal with SpaceX, he's apparently been gaming the entire time. He's been gaming the entire time, and he's so smart that he's actually a world-class Quake player. Have you gone over the West Watson assault yet? I actually have gone over that, yes. There will be a clip posted in not too long.
So let's start off with some context. Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore, that's permanent death mode, Trade League. Let me try to give you a quick understanding as to how hard it is to get to that level. 2 weeks into the league, when people are playing the game, literally they're staying up 40 to 50 hours without sleeping, only playing Path of Exile, and they are the most try-hard guys in the world. The highest ranked player on the hardcore Trade League was level 93. Okay, and you're thinking about yourself, that's kind of close to 97. Every time you level it up, it becomes exponentially harder to gain experience. A lot harder and a lot harder. Okay, so these players, to get to 97, have to be playing the game every day for the majority of their day. Currently, what is their...
And these are guys who are absolutely no-lifing it. And not only that, as he showed, multiple of them are streamers. So they can show in real time them playing the game every single day for hours and hours a day, trying to get good at this game, right? Trying to be the best they can possibly be. Now, I'm not really someone who cares about video games as far as getting really good at them. I just don't give a shit. But I can respect the fact that somebody would be willing to dedicate their life and so much time and energy, every facet of their psyche, every bone in their body, every cell in their system. I can respect the fact they're trying to dedicate every single part of them to this monomaniacal goal of getting to be the greatest player in Path of Exile. You know, it is kind of funny. It's kind of cool. Obviously, if you're the best player in the world, you will get some amount of respect from the community. You'll probably make money if you're streaming it, right? So there is something good, right? If they're streaming it, then it's good content for those that want it and can get them money. Yeah, that, of course, as well. I mean, making money is good. But, I mean, definitely you could say that it's like a video game addiction. You're probably right. But the point here is just like, these people are people who Whether you think the goal that they've reached is impressive or not, or it matters or not, there are people out there who are dedicating so much time in their life to this one goal and doing it legitimately, right? Doing it legitimately to try and get to the level that they're at.
Their highest ranked player, they're level 97, same as Elon Musk. So, I mean, he effectively has been playing, pretty much just doing nothing except playing Path of Exile. So let's just go over some of the things that happened. So right away, we see Elon zone into his hideout, which is the area you do in-game content from. And he opens up his bank, and he goes to a tab called Elon's Maps, which immediately is a little bit of a red flag because I don't know why you would refer to yourself in third person, but okay, he does that. Elon Musk didn't play Path of Exile 1. In Path of Exile 2, maps are actually called waystones. And he never actually refers to them as maps. He calls them...
Play another round here. This is a hard level. Waystone.
So it's just kind of weird that he's, again, called this tab Elon's Maps. So almost like someone who's a Path of Exile 1 veteran, you know, is kind of making that tab and be like, Elon, you know, there's a tab there called Elon's Maps. Grab your map out there. I've rolled them all for you. They're nice and easy. He then proceeds.
Right, so he's essentially using terminology improperly for the game, but trying to posture as if he is like the greatest Path of Exile player of all time, right? It's very weird to me that Elon even cares about this. He already has so many accomplishments, right? Like, he has stuff to have an ego about. He owns Tesla. I don't like Teslas. I think they're cars, but it's undoubtedly a successful and important company that a lot of people care about. A lot of people own Teslas, right? I know people who own Teslas. It's cool that this guy is somebody who owns this company that makes cars that people buy, even if they're right. He has SpaceX, which is a very cool company, you know, kind of putting America back on the map as a place that, you know, wants to get to the moon, get to Mars, stuff like that. I think it's very cool, right? I think that there is kind of a lack of that in the past few years where, you know, in history, we kind of all collectively came together. We went to the moon and it was like, oh my God, this is such an impressive thing for America. We beat the Russians. We own them. I think that's pretty sick, right? But Elon needs to have something else. He needs to be good at video games. I think it's because he wants to seem like he's so good at everything. He's such a Kino philosopher of everything, jack of all trades, master of all of them, right? I think he wants to seem really good at everything, but also he wants to seem like kind of relatable to the online sphere, which is why I think he ultimately is so insecure about this now. Jake Doolittle versus Jake Little versus Jake the Viking win. Jake the Viking would destroy them. That would be an awesome fight.
To walk up to his map device and go to put a map in. The literal first thing you learn upon getting to the end game is how to operate this map device. You're going to start off at a node, and then from that node you can go to adjacent connected maps. Now, Elon, he's trying to click.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Anyone who's level 97 is, and you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would do that. Why just like sitting there like some sort of
like he doesn't even know the basics of the game, and somehow he's like one of the highest ranked players in the world, right? So it doesn't really add up. Gamers being petty as popcorn. I mean, you can say it's petty, but at the same time, like, if you have any group of people that have dedicated so many hours of their life to being good at one thing and actually got there, and then you have some who's coming in and claiming to be good and is actually a complete fraud, obviously there's people who are going to be upset about that, right? That makes perfect sense. Whatever it is, right? If you're really good at pole vault and track and Elon says he's the greatest at pole vault in the world and he's lying, you'd be like, what the f***? If anybody dedicates all their time to one thing and then they see someone else who claims to be the same and to be better than them, in fact, and have put in none of the work, you're going to be like, well, what the hell? And it makes sense also, like, how would Elon have spent thousands and thousands of hours to be this good at Path of Exile when he also has, like, businesses to run? He runs Tesla, SpaceX, he owns Twitter. He's like supposed to be part of this Doge government organization, which nobody even talks about anymore all of a sudden. Kind of crazy. Like, how would you have time for that?
Geriatric old man clicking this node, expecting something to happen, and then he finally kind of gives up after a while and then realizes his mistake. We then get a look at his inventory. So Elon Musk is stuck going into the map and with full bags. If you're an efficient player, you're going to clear a map, you're going to loot the valuable items, you're going to go in, and you're going to take those items and you're going to basically look through the good ones, keep the good ones, list them up for sale, and then truck away the trash ones. It's almost like he has no understanding as to like what items are or what you're even supposed to do with them. So now Elon zones into the map.
So what I'm doing here is just boosting my shield before battle by meditation. Meditation before battle is always good.
And he starts killing monsters. He starts obliterating monsters with his character. But what becomes obviously apparent...
Chaos Orb, no loot filter.
Is like, no, he's just running past Chaos Orbs! He just ran past the Chaos Orb!
Chaos Orbs are one of the most important currencies, and they're also really rare. I have about 140 Exalts. I have like 9 Chaos Orbs, just so you guys understand.
So in Path of Exile, the devs are these evil guys, and they talk about feeling the weight, and they effectively just drop tons and tons of items, and you have to know what to pick up. So what GGG have done, the people who make the game, they've made this system called loot filters, which gets rid of 90 to 95, even in some cases, like we're talking 98% of all loot that drops, because otherwise your screen is just cluttered. And you won't even notice when you get a good drop. It's unfathomable for someone to be in the top ranks without a loot filter. Yet Elon Musk, the god gamer, he doesn't play with a loot filter. The only thing Elon does pick up are maps, because the default in-game loot filter highlights those. Those things are worthless. The actual items of value that he should be picking up, that he would have had to pick up in order to get the gear, leave it on the ground. Anyone who's been playing the game and is a complete expert, we're talking...
So even, just to reiterate here, if this guy's, he's speaking in pretty good layman's terms, but to simplify it even more, even the most basic add-on that every single good player in the game has, he does not have for some reason. There's no reason to not have that add-on. And on top of that, all the good items that any experienced player would want to pick up and be excited to pick up, like these Chaos Orbs, he just runs past them. So he has no idea what the he's doing. So he is just lying about this. To be clear, he is 1000% lying about this. He did not get this account to the point that it was at, naturally. He probably bought it from someone.
And he's cleared thousands of maps. He's been playing that character for hundreds of hours. He's going to be pretty damn good at, playing the character. He gets to the boss. He's fighting the boss. And I want to say for about 10 seconds, he sits there and he's out of mana. Mana is a resource in this game where you need it in order to use your abilities. He just sits there, default attacking the boss without activating his mana flask. Anyone who's played the game and understands the character would understand, like, oh, I'm not doing any damage because I'm out of mana. Elon Musk takes 10 seconds. He then goes on to loot items of...
Like, he doesn't even know what's going on. He has no idea how the f to play this game. What I'm so perplexed by is if he knows that he's being dishonest, why would he stream this? Why would he show people this? It must be because he just thinks that everybody's so that they never figure it out. Or because his ego's so big that he thinks he has to show the world how good he is at this video game for, like, Reddit upvotes. Did you eat your veggies today? I did not. That's gay. Man is so universal. This is so funny. Yeah, it's like... This game has no idea what the f he's doing. The game's so mechanically dense, too. Like, you can't buy an account and know what the f is going on. Well, I think they said that it seems like he played Path of Exile 1, so he kind of knew some of the mechanics. But then he bought the account for the second one to act like he was really, really good at it.
Off the ground, he starts dragging them into his bag. Like,
His live stream chat's full of Glazers. Dude, the Elon Glazers are so insufferable. Like, if you want to respect Elon Musk for some of the things he's done, fair enough. Cool, whatever. But, like, this is another level. This is just another level. Why was the last stream not saved as a VOD when I meant to fiddle me too? It'll be up. There's reasons. It'll be up, though.
I don't even know how to describe to you how painful that is to anyone who actually plays the game. And his bags are full, and he just keeps clicking it over and over and over again. Nobody, not even people who are kind of noobs at the game, do this. I don't even think Elon Musk has done the campaign, honestly. Like, just based on what I'm seeing in terms of the gameplay. His settings on the map transparent.
So these guys who are real gamers, okay? Real gamers representing the cause, who actually play this game. This guy, Quinn, who's a YouTuber, okay, who cares about this game. He's watching this just, like, infuriated by how he plays. Because Elon has no understanding of what the he's doing. Elon can suck a fart out of my butt. He sucks. He might. If he thought it would get him a bunch of Reddit upvotes, he might. You better be having a good day. Oh, I am. Thank you, Gabriel Gage, for the dono.
Transparency are turned on by default. His life values are turned on. All these basic settings that anyone in the top 100 would do, he is not doing. Maps can effectively have different content on them, and that content will be signified by icons on the map. So it could be a map which has an expedition in it, a breach in it, or it could be corrupted. Elon starts looking through the atlas, and he finds a map with, I kid you not, 4 things on it.
There are 4 things there. So this one has the real risk of dying.
4 things. What are those things?
God, dude. 4 things. It's 4 things, dude.
So this one has the real risk of
Not
dying.
this far in the game and calling it 4 things.
Like, he doesn't even know the basic terminology of the game. He doesn't even know the basic gamer language. Which is, like, To be clear, like, whatever. Like, I don't think anybody would care whether or not he's good at this game or not. But it's just the fact that he feels the need to lie about it that's so funny.
Stop, bro. Dude, stop. Oh my god, I literally
Four
can't.
things.
He then goes on to say, "I kid you."
This is max difficulty on hardcore. If there's a way to get higher difficulty, I don't know what it is, but this is everything maxed out.
Path of Exile has boss fights.
Keck you friends later, Anons, Elon Musk. Yeah, even like the terminology he uses is so cringe, bro. Nobody says friends anymore, okay? Nobody said friends since like 2017. And Elon Musk is like just picking up on this lingo. Chatelet, my fellow Kekistani warriors. Just wanted to let you know that the Doge presidency is going very well. Vote Trump. Hashtag MAGA. He's like the most cringe person of all time. He's so desperate to be liked by random internet retards, and I don't know why. Maybe he has no friends. Maybe he has no sense of belonging in real life, and he just feels the need to get it through the internet to feel validated. He seems very, very insecure. I really don't know, but it's like impossibly hard to sit through him talking about anything internet related because it's clear he has no idea what the is going on.
And end-game bosses, which are quote-unquote difficult battles, which Elon actually did do in one of his streams where he just went into the end-game boss and died repeatedly to it. Maps are just farming. You go into maps and you farm them for loot and experience. They're not the most difficult battles, and I don't know if he's trying to deceive people watching a stream into thinking that he's doing some insanely hard thing whenever he's literally doing something you do to effectively grind or farm. And if you thought this was bad, I did not even get to the worst part.
The worst part.
Path of Exile, gear has requirements to equip it. But that has nothing to do necessarily with how good it is. For example, one of the most powerful and best items in the game is a level 1 required to equip staff, which is maybe, I think, even the most meta build in the game right now. It's super, super broken, insane damage. And Elon Musk starts going over his gear.
This is a great staff, but it's only a level, 62 staff.
His weapon is, I kid you not, one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league. You cannot even buy it. Insane weapon.
These affixes are, I'd hate to say perfect, but they might be perfect.
Just the PvPS criteria on trade, we can see there's literally one staff in existence on the entire market. Not only does Elon have a staff that you can't even buy, but it's so good that the second best one, which is missing 2 of what makes a staff so powerful for an invoker, which is the crit and crit bonus, is still 20 divines, and that's obviously very expensive.
Here I am, like, level 95, but my staff is only level 62.
So does he just think that the number level, because he's level 95 but the staff is 62, that the staff is bad? Is that what he thinks? Is that he's just like, well, number lower, therefore bad. Helmet lower, therefore bad. Like, this guy has no idea what the he's talking about. This guy's a fake gamer.
My helmet is level 56.
Int, lightning, and chaos resist. Okay. It's only 56.
Amulet level 61. Ring is only level 48, 49. At least a level 75 jacket.
It's a jacket with 6 things. Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss. Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
Level 52 here.
They can only ever be level 52. Bro, Elon Musk is a fraud, bro.
Pretty low level compared to my character level, but it seems to work pretty well. In softcore, you can get much better equipment.
In order for him to have insane gear, he has to understand how the economy works. He has to be basically trading.
Anyone who's played Path of Exile to the end game in a trade league knows that you have to trade in order to obtain what looks like some of the best gear pieces in the entire game. If we look at some of these player accounts, we can see what they have for trade.
Imagine being so sad you're lying to impress gamers. That's the weird thing about it. I just don't get, like, it makes me question the rest of Elon's accomplishments and character. Because it's like, on one hand, you have all these amazing things going for you, right? You own all these amazing businesses that, I don't really like Tesla. SpaceX is probably cool. I don't know a ton about it, but I do hate his cars. But like, still, he has like a lot of, on paper, borderline just like basic accomplishments, right? Tom, the item level means the level required to equip it. It has nothing to do with how good the item is. Gotcha. Well, you can even understand, this is like, for my misunderstanding of this game, right? Which I have barely even heard of Path of Exile before today, right? I don't give a fuck about this game, right? This is like if I was pretending that I was good at this game. This is like if I was saying that I was high level while talking about this game in the way that I talk about it. Like, I'm a idiot. I do not know anything about this game. I've never played it. I probably never will. But Elon Musk is posturing to the public as if he's like this amazing gamer.
You know, 700 plus items for sale, multiple divine items. You can see hundreds of divines worth of listed items. This is also someone from the top 10, ranked number 4. Focus here, worth 50 divines alone. This is the number 1 guy. You can see he's hundreds of divines, again, worth of items, multiple mirrors, all these players. If we go to Elon's account, he's got only 21 items for sale, and they're all absolute garbage. It's clear he's really not making much money, or any money at all. So something I did notice last week, I did the same search because I was curious what he might have been selling, and I grabbed the screenshot which I shared to my Discord, and it's this really crappy crossbow for 18 divines. So why is it listed for 18 divines, and where did it go? Is it possible he vendored it? Yes. Why was it listed for 18 divines? I don't really know. I don't want to fuel any conspiracy theories, but I have been made aware that RMT, typically they use legitimate listings that are far overpriced.
But before I go any further, today's video is sponsored by GamerSupps, the best energy drink in the freaking game. They've got a lot of really good flavors, it tastes great, it's way more affordable than other energy drinks or soda, and they also pay me, which is good because it's me. So be sure to use code TOM to get 10% off at gamersupps.gg. Just click the link down in that video description to tap in with the greatest chug juice ever. All right, now back to the video.
And that is how they mask the transaction as legitimate. So if he were to buy 18 divines for, you know, $100 US or whatever, he could have done so through this listing.
And if you needed any more proof that Elon is 100% boosted, he was playing the game today inside of maps, blasting, while simultaneously on a X space talking to like some far right wing part of some German government. I don't know, some political.
Wait.
Talking to like some far right wing part of some German government. I don't know, some political. Okay, I guess he's just that much of a god gamer.
It's the same time he was on this Twitter space, he was somehow maxing out all his stats on Path of Exile. So he's just lying. Someone else is on this account. He like has some employee at Twitter that he's paying to be really good at Path of Exile. And then anytime he hops on and actually has to have his voice on the game, he just plays like. It's so awesome. If I was a billionaire, I would pay a game company to not waste my time and give me the good stuff. Why is this bad? I hate Musk, but time is money. Well, Scrimpin is bad because it's like, who cares? Why is he posturing as if he's good at a video game that he's bad at? Like, who cares? Who actually cares? All right. But this is in and of itself is pretty embarrassing, right? This is pretty embarrassing. But there's also something else I'd like to bring attention to, okay? So Elon Musk, as covered by Big A, this is not the only thing that he's been doing. This is not the only sort of cringe thing that's been going on here, okay? Not even close. So Elon, where is this? Elon was like calling himself a good dad on an alternate Twitter account. Adrian Dittman. I don't remember if it was Adrian Dittman. It might have been something else. He has so many alts and one is his baby. You guys in chat probably don't watch Big A, so you probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, I found it. Okay. So it was under the Adrian Dittman account. Okay. So here Elon tweets out, "My son, Lil X, loves clinging precariously to my back and yelling, 'monkey rides.'" Adrian Dittman, Elon's alt, is saying, "You're an amazing father, Elon. Your kids are very lucky to have you." On his own account, he's congratulating himself for being a good father. Like, what the f is wrong with you? Why? This is like if I tweet out like, "Hey guys, here's my gym progress." And on my alt, I was like, "Wow, Tom, you're making such good progress at the gym, dude." But it's at like a higher level. Why does he need one of his alt accounts to call himself a father? I don't understand. But it gets worse than that, okay? It gets worse than that. So Critical recently posted a video going over the Path of Exile thing, right? And it somehow got even funnier.
Elon Musk is a worm I like to shoot spitballs and throw tomatoes at from time to time because he is a jaw-dropping...
Elon, the type of guy to hang out in the high school parking lot 5 years after he graduated. It is just like, I just don't understand why he wants to be so appealing to all these like gamer types. I assume it's just some level of insecurity basically, right? It must just be a crazy level of insecurity. Especially because like he goes on all these podcasts and like when he lists his accomplishments and like people like, you know, glaze him like Rogan or people like Lex Friedman like kind of get fooled into thinking he's like this amazing guy. They're like, and you're also an amazing gamer. Will they ever talk about how Elon was clearly lying about the Path of Exile thing or boosting his Diablo account? Will they ever talk about that?
Embarrassing specimen of pure cringe that it is impossible to fight the urge to clown on him. Yet whenever I do, and whenever anyone mentions Elon in a less than flattering way, you will have the most unlovable Cro-Magnon swarm you, dogpiling like it's World War Z zombies, to try and defend Elon from whatever the slight criticism or jokes were about him.
And this is true. He's built this like weird like Tony Stark God complex around him. I remember even like a few years ago, my parents were like, Elon Musk rocks. My mom was like, this guy's cool. This guy's dope. And now my mom, not for these reasons, not because of the game boosting thing, but she's like, why is Elon so Tom? She's asking me. And I'm like, well, Mom, you got to watch this video on youtube.com about it. Why are there no Elon Glazers in chat? Well, because the people in this chat are not in the Elon cult. There's like, I don't want to say normal people in my chat, because I would never accuse you all of being normal. But you're not all like in this weird Elon cult that he's built for himself where there's just constant glazing, right? But these people exist. These people do exist. There's an incessant amount of them. It was proven he doesn't actually post his own tweets. Plus, what matters if he's cringe. Most multi-billionaires are cringe. Not saying I agree with everything Musk does, but I definitely don't. But damn, people need to hop off, lol. Like, they are there in the comment section. They exist. When he glazed himself as a father, his trans daughter answered and completely humiliated him. Pull it up. Did that happen? Elon Musk's transgender daughter in her first interview says he berated her for being queer as a child. In an exclusive interview, Vivian Jenna Wilson said her father's recent statements, including she is not a girl, inspired her to speak out. I'm not just going to let that slide. I mean, if you're a parent who's against transgenderism from like a principled standpoint, you know, I think you can have that kind of perspective if you want to have that, right? But I think it's very shitty, especially to be publicly shitting on your daughter or son, whatever you want to call them, right? I don't think you should be doing that. Like, if I had a kid who was trans, let's say I have some moral opposition to transgenderism, right? I'm probably not going to love that if I have that position. But I'm not going to go on like podcasts and be like, my daughter is a victim of the woke mind virus. Vivian Jenna Wilson, the transgender daughter of Elon Musk, said Thursday in her first interview that he was an absent father who was cruel to her as a child for being queer and feminine. Wilson, 20, in an exclusive interview with NBC News, responded to the comments Musk made Monday about her and her transgender identity. On social media and in an interview posted online, Musk said she was not a girl and was figuratively dead. He alleged he had been tricked into authorizing trans-related medical treatment for her when she was 16. Imagine, once again, just saying your own child is dead to you. Your 20-year-old kid. Like, it's just such a horrible thing to say about your kid. Wilson said that Musk hadn't been tricked and that after initially having hesitated, he knew what he was doing when he agreed to her treatment, which required consent from her parents. Musk's recent statements crossed the line, she said. I think he was under the assumption that I wasn't going to say anything and I would just let this go unchallenged, Wilson said in a phone interview, which I'm not going to do. If you're going to lie about me blatantly to an audience of millions, I'm not going to let that slide. Wilson said that for as long as she could remember, Musk hasn't been a supportive father. She said he was rarely present in her life, leaving her and her siblings to be cared for by their mother or by nannies, even though Musk had joint custody, and she said Musk berated her when she was present. He was cold, she said. He's very quick to anger. He is uncaring and narcissistic. Father of the year, dude. Father of the year. I mean, I guess she could be lying. I guess it's possible, but I don't know. I'm somewhat inclined to believe her, just given the fact that he was publicly saying that she was dead to him. Which is just not a thing you should be saying about your kid if you care about them at all. Unless that kid is like a terrorist, I guess. I guess there's some crazy exception you can make. Wilson said that when she was a child, Musk would harass her for exhibiting feminine traits and pressure her to appear more masculine, including by pushing her to deepen her voice as early as elementary school. I was in 4th grade. We went on this road trip that I didn't know was actually just an advertisement for one of the cars. I don't remember which one. And he was constantly yelling at me viciously because my voice was too high. It was cruel. Musk didn't respond to a request for comment. So there you go. And it's funny because Elon's kind of getting hit from all sides from this, right? The gamers hate him. His child hates him. Now the right-wing guys that he tried to appeal to hate him, right? Or at least they're not very much on his side anymore with that Sam Hyde video that I think summarized a lot of the far right's problems with him, sort of the MAGA camp's problems with him, right? And so it's like every side that Elon has tried to pander to, whether it be the gamers, whether it be his child he should have been taken care of, and was apparently neglecting and ignoring, whether it be the right-wing guys on Twitter. He's getting absolutely on from all angles.
These gonad gobblers will always blow my mind because I don't understand this brain-off worship of Elon Musk. Everything they hype him up to be, he is the opposite. He is not cool. He generates AI images of himself where he's not like this meatball-shaped man. He is not for...
Dude, the AI is crazy. Elon's Twitter account is like the most unfunny boomer Facebook memes of all time. But he thinks he's like, oh, I'm hip with the culture, dude. And like, I'd be forgiving of it if it was just like an average 50-year-old guy. Like when my dad sends me like a cringe Facebook meme, I'm not like, oh, you're dad. I'm like, haha, whatever. Because it's like, whatever. My dad's a 50-year-old man. Okay. He was born in 1973. I'm not expecting him to fucking, I'm not expecting him to have some fucking deep knowledge of the internet and be posting like fucking Floyd AI memes, right? But Elon Musk is like impossibly cringe with it, and he wants to be cool to the kiddos so bad.
Free speech like they like to hype him up as. He's not a champion of free speech by any means. In fact, I personally think he is someone that is firmly against it in almost every single instance.
Of course he is. As soon as he started getting pushback for the H-1B visa thing, he started censoring all the guys he had just been pandering to, taking away their verification ticks, suspending their accounts, deleting their tweets. He believes in nothing.
Like, he personally banned the word cis. He actively bans things that hurt his feelings, and today I think is a great example of that, and hopefully will be a mask-off moment for a lot of people, and open their eyes to the fact that this is not a guy who's for free speech and is not for you. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but do we even need to talk about the H-1B take? Like, come on. He's not looking to hire you. He doesn't want to know you. He doesn't want to employ you. He wants the cheapest labor, and he wants everyone to be constantly fondling his sack and being really, really nice to him because he's our special boy.
And this is the point I was making with with the last video I made, which I got a little pushback for, right? Elon Musk is ultimately a capitalist. And I don't think it's inherently wrong to be a capitalist. He's a guy who runs a bunch of companies and he wants cheap labor, which is why he supports the H-1B visa, so he can get cheap labor for his companies. If you want to be that guy, just be that guy. But Elon's inherent dishonesty, where he's trying to pander to all these different groups. He's trying to pander to the far right, who obviously don't agree with the H-1B visa because they don't want Indian immigrants in the country, right? You can't pander to those people while simultaneously being the biggest capitalist tech bro of all time. You just can't do that. Refusing to let the Cybertruck next to me merge, dude, I actually hate the Cybertruck shitbox. What happened to grinding on WoW? I don't know. I've never done that personally.
It's so embarrassing. So,
but why he has so much capital? Well, it's because on one hand, he wants to be like the super hyper capitalist guy, but he's too insecure to really be that dude. He needs to also be like relatable and cool to the masses. Like I said, he wants to prop up this like relatable billionaire genius Tony Stark angle. I'm a genius engineer, but I'm also very good at video games, which is why people just need to realize that I'm like cool, I'm cool. He goes on Joe Rogan and smokes weed to be relatable. It's so transparent at this point. It's so 2D. It just took a few years for people to realize. Hey Tom, good to see you back. Hope your surgery went well and you built a lot of Legos. I did actually build a lot of Legos. I'm glad you bring that up. Currently building a Spider-Man set, but I did get some Star Wars stuff too. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, but I do have some nostalgia for the prequels at the very least, especially the Clone Wars TV show. Do a little show and tell. So I can't hold it all in my hands here because there's a lot of back there, but I did get a few things recently. This is from a battle pack set that I got, okay? This is a little clone speeder. I thought that this was like the clone swamp speeder from Kashyyyk, but this is like a reskin of it basically to be in more just like normal Republic colors. Pretty cool, pretty swag. Okay, focus, nothing wrong with that. Also there was like a battle pack set that had a bunch of just like more generic clones in it, a bunch of droids. This is pretty cool, all right? This is definitely a big move that a lot of people need to focus. Yeah, a lot of people need to appreciate. I like this smaller speeder design as opposed to the big ones personally. And I also got, now this one was a little bit of a disappointment, not going to lie. This set, I have the last tumbler that they released, the last minifig scale tumbler, and this one is smaller, it's shittier, but I had to get it just because it's Batman. It is what it is. It's not nearly as cool as the last one, which I have upstairs right now. Not nearly as cool. Glute maxing? Oh, of course I'm glute maxing. But this one is pretty, it's still a tumbler. It only fits one figure. I don't know. It's not as cool as the last one. The last one I think fit two. But the real star of the show were the figures from this set, which despite how overpriced it was, the figures were good, okay? Now the Batman minifigure, a little bit underwhelming. I don't really like the new cowl piece that much. I don't mind the rubbery cape. They used to do felt capes. I don't mind the new rubbery cape that much, but the cowl piece I feel like doesn't really capture the Dark Knight design that well, but I do like the torso. But the real star of the show is Mr. Why So Serious over here, okay? This figure is mint. Who's your favorite Clone Wars character? Captain Rex. This character is mint, okay? This figure is dope. Looks really good. Green hair, a little bit too bright, but you know what? I'll give it a pass. It is what it is. You don't need perfect accuracy. It is a Lego set. That was pretty good. We also got a new Two-Face figure, Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent came out very, very well, okay? I don't think there's been a Harvey Dent Dark Knight figure that I know of. Maybe there has been. I'm not sure if there has been, but if there is, this one's probably better. You see, he's got this very unique sort of like half hair piece, kind of a Hitler Youth cut. That one's pretty cool. He's also got burnt printing on the front and on the back, which I feel like it should have just gone around the side, but they don't really do side printing on Lego heads. But this one's pretty good. So overall, definitely happy with the figures from that set. Definitely the highlights. But yeah, ultimately, you know, the figures are definitely the star of the show here, I would say, personally. Now, what I'm excited for most right now is that there's supposed to be a new Arkham Asylum set coming out this year at some point. I think in summer they said it's coming out. I'm very hyped for that. Supposed to be a little bit pricey, but it should be good. So, you know, this is the thing, guys. I really have no right to call anyone a soy boy when I play with toys all day. When I get off stream, I build Legos. So I really have no right to call anyone a soy boy. But back to the content at hand, all right? I'm not a real gamer, but I am a real Legoer. Some will call me a Legger. Some have called me that. That's kind of derogatory, but, you know, it is what it is.
What I want to talk about today is what I think should be a very clear example of how Elon uses his power and where he actually stands on free speech. He is having a textbook crash out over gaming. Earlier this week, Quinn made a beautiful video that's breaking down the fact that Elon Musk is not the one who piloted his Path of Exile 2 account to the top of the lead.
And we just watched that video. It was very convincing. It was short. It was succinct. It was well done. And it clearly showed how Elon Musk has no idea what the he's talking about. He's full of completely full of right?
Leaderboard. It's not a conspiracy. It's not grasping at straws. When you finish that video, and I highly recommend you watch the whole video, it will be very clear, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Elon Musk was not the one who actually got the account to where it was. He instead gets permission from the boosters to play on it and flex it for his Twitter streams. He didn't know the very basic fundamentals of the game. However, I will say that his catastrophe of a stream while trying to show how great he is at gaming was enough to make me get back into grinding Path of Exile 2, because I've been slow rolling it for a while. I was still on cruel difficulty, but then watching Elon the bumbling buffoon try and play Path of Exile was like actual rage bait to get me to go back in and grind hard. So now I'm up to tier 3 waystones in the end game. It's so fun. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is, Elon Musk knew nothing about the game. It was very
right, completely true. And so, eventually, Asmongold decides to talk about it, right? He makes a video called Elon Musk is not getting away with this. And Asmongold, okay, is a very, very big YouTuber, very big streamer, and his videos get a ton of attention, right? Anything Asmongold reacts to will pretty much always get a million views. And Asmongold also is kind of in like this kind of like right-wing, I don't know if I'd say like full-on MAGA, but like he's kind of in this like right-wing space. He obviously likes Trump. He obviously likes a lot of the Trump administration. He talks about him very favorably. And Elon Musk is kind of, at least in the past few months, he's been kind of a part of that Trump administration, right? Or he was supposed to be. I haven't heard any word about the Doge organization or whatever the in quite a while, but that was supposed to be, you know, happening. And Elon was seen, I mean, he basically bought Twitter, in my opinion, to astroturf Trump into the presidency, right? So that he could boost a bunch of right-wing accounts, so he could tweet about how much he loved Trump, boost his own account. He did the very cringe jump videos, dude. The Elon Musk jumps are like the most cringe thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. This is like terrible.
So many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here.
Let's see the jump.
Over, Elon. Yes,
do it. He's so ready. Terrible physique, by the way. Absolutely mogged by Don.
Hi, everyone.
Do it.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
Wait, where's the jump? Did I miss it?
Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Where's the jump?
Take over, Elon. Yes, take over. Astronauts into space.
Oh, okay, there it is. It's behind Trump. Okay, I wasn't locked in. There it is.
Astronauts into space.
There's the jump, the X jump. Okay, there's a lot of videos of him jumping that are really awesome. I like all of them. They're Kino. You see him jumping in the air there, right? He is the goat of jumping. So he's kind of a part of this space, right? He's kind of a part of this right-wing space. But Elon's been getting a lot of shit recently. Like Asmongold recently covered the Sam Hyde video and agreed with a lot of what Sam had to say. Said he had a lot of good points. And so he decided to call him out for faking being a gamer, because Asmongold is a real gamer. You know, before Asmongold was just reacting to videos all day, he was gaming all the time, okay? He was a World of Warcraft player. He was very passionate about it. He cared about this, right? So he makes this video called Elon Musk is not getting away with this. Elon Musk immediately starts having a mental breakdown about it. Immediately starts having a mental breakdown, okay? He says, Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He's not his own man. And here we have what he was responding to, which was, I felt the need to add my unique perspective to the Elon Musk drama around Path of Exile 2. Full video on YouTube. So this is what he was responding to.
Yeah, but if a game is really like super hard, it kind of forces you to concentrate.
I have a recording in DMs with Elon Musk that might shed some light in the situation.
There's no way he played that account. Like, I'm sorry. I think he bought the account or somebody played it for him. 100%.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Just ran past Kazobs. He just ran past the Kaz.
So just kind of recapping the video we watched here, right?
Zob! Now, what I think is even funnier about this is that it obviously calls into question him playing Diablo 4. D4 was so easy, people couldn't even tell. They're like, yeah, is this like a random noob or is this the best player in the world? Like, I don't know. I mean,
in some strange turn of events,
I'm pretty sure Asmon was quiet about Path of Exile 2 until Quinn called him out. I mean, maybe he was. I don't know. I don't think this is a thing that, like, Asmongold needs to talk about. Like, this isn't, like, the most impressive, the most funny thing of all time. Well, it is really funny. But this isn't, like, the greatest nuke to Elon's career of all time. It's just, like, a funny meme to talk about how Elon is so insecure about his lack of gaming skills, right?
Events in the weirdest timeline imaginable, a poor trailer park boy, that's me, by the way, ended up playing Diablo 4 with the richest man alive, Elon Musk. As fate would have it, I made a terrible video about a terrible build, and it was an instant hit. I was a part of an elite squad who exclusively played Druid. Not just because we hated ourselves, but also because Rack showed us that if we worked hard enough, we could deal 17 damage someday. And one of those Chads was the man himself, Elon Keanu Reeves Musk. Okay, Google
Elon Keanu Reeves Musk
actually says that his middle name is Reeve, but they're both beyond reproach, so it's basically...
Holy Reddit. Elon Keanu Reeves Musk. Holy Reddit glaze. Elon Keanu Reeves Musk. I don't think I've ever heard something cringier in my life. Elon Keanu Reeves Musk? What is wrong with you?
Thing, right?
Elon Musk is such a Chad.
Right? I don't know how to break this to you guys, but Elon Musk is a nerd. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that a guy who builds rockets and jumps like this might be a sweaty gamer. But I'll let you listen to our conversation and decide for yourself.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times.
So he's just posting this conversation or whatever, right? He's glazing Elon. Elon responds to him saying, Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He's not his own man. So now you're wondering, like, what is this? Is Asmongold controlled by some shadowy overlord boss? Is Asmongold a guy who actually doesn't say what he wants? Why is Elon Musk responding to this YouTuber, right? What's going on here? Elon's proof is this DM from Asmongold that he leaks. Okay, he leaks a DM from him. Let's see what's in this. Zach says, I want to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it even. Okay. Elon Musk says, sure, who are these mysterious editors? Zach, Asmongold, says, two guys, these two accounts. They basically run the entire YouTube account. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them. They just get a cut of the ad revenue. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. Elon says, interesting. So Elon here is either lying intentionally or misunderstanding that editor means video editor, meaning Asmongold streams and then these editors clip his content and post it on YouTube. Okay, that's what's happening here. What Elon thinks this means is that Asmongold has some kind of like editorial person who decides what he can or cannot say and then posts that to YouTube. I think that Elon is just, I think he has autism and doesn't understand what the fuck is going on. Elon Musk, he has a YouTube video editor. This is not a guy who decides what he can or cannot say on YouTube. That is not what this means. And as the community note reads, Asmongold streams on Twitch, then allows his editors to cut and edit his content to create short-form content for YouTube. He talks about it openly. This guy says this is true, but it's because Asmon gets paid by Saudi Arabia via OTK, which he has ownership of. Asmon now suddenly wants to take a trip here.
They all have convinced themselves that the reason why I would do it is because I would get paid, like they would pay me to go there. I never even considered that. So they're all sitting around talking about something. I didn't even think about this. It didn't even happen. Yeah, it's weird. But also, who would? No, apparently people do that. It's fine. But anyway, like this is the way that I've decided is that, like, I view my reputation and people that don't like me, like, I don't think people ever gonna like me. So I always just go and do whatever the hell I want to do. And so people can make whatever threads and shit about it that they want, but I'm gonna just do whatever the hell I want. Bring Emeru?
So I don't know what the this means. I guess they're trying to say that Asmon is paid off by Saudi Arabia to talk Elon Musk or something. I don't really know. But then you have the Glazers. The main issue with Path of Exile 2 seems to be the toxic behavior of the community. Many players are deeply attached to the game, which stands out as an alternative to mainstream commercial games. This makes them feel a sense of identity through it. However, as Elon highlights videos literally destroying the hardest instances of the game, it seems to challenge their perception, causing some discomfort and defensiveness since there are a bunch of losers who still live with their parents. This is what Elon is doing, though. Elon is the guy who is trying to prop up his own ego and reputation by saying that he's an amazing gamer, when he's not. This is the most brain-dead cope of all time. Isn't this all deflection? Why so sensitive about being caught cheating? And it got worse somehow. It got worse. Not only is this entire thing idiotic, that he would think that Asmongold is like controlled by someone or something, okay? He also took away Asmongold's verification check mark for this. And these guys are all covering this now. So Elon, the free speech guy, is now taking away people's verification marks for saying that he's a fake gamer. How unreal is that? How is this a real thing? I do not know. Ian Miles Chung, the greatest glazer of all time, okay, says you shouldn't have to justify yourself to these people, but it's nice you've got receipts to prove your gaming credentials. Thank God he's proving his gaming credentials, dude. Thank God he's able to send a video of him playing Diablo. Here's me doing a world record Diablo AOZ clear with Ace of Spades on stream. Elon says, I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube and Twitch playing live with the world's best players. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary making fun of people, he is not good at video games. And as readers point out, Asmongold has a lot of achievements in WoW. He's ranked 12 Arms Warrior in Emerald Nightmare. He's ranked 47 Arms Warrior in Blackrock Foundry, and many more. I don't know what the any of this means, but to my understanding, it basically means that Asmongold is in fact a good gamer.
Wow. Oh, what a day. What a day already, huh? All right, so we got to step back. I think it was on Thanksgiving. Elon hit me up. He was like, what's up? And, we talked for a bit, and he was talking about, like, what I would want to do to, like, maybe upload content onto X, right? Onto Twitter.
That's absolutely not happening now, by the way. Elon was trying to get all these people to be on his platform. Nobody's going to be in his platform now except for absolute dick suckers.
I told him, like, basically, this would be something I'd be down to do, but I wanted to check with my editors. I think that there was a communication breakdown here. Because I think that Elon thought that what I meant by editors is like the New York Times editors. So then that happens, and we kind of like stopped talking, and it was like, all right, yeah, we'll see what happens. Because another person from X reached out to me, and I think I was going to join like their Discord, and I told them like I could help consult with like, doing video stuff too. I told a couple of people, but like I'm not going to go out and be like, yeah, this guy messaged me. To be honest with you guys, I've talked to a lot of well-known influential people. Like I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just a guy, right? I mean, like what the and so like, yeah, who else? I'm not going to make a bunch of lists, right? I mean, I don't go and do that stuff. 4chan is right. You are a Jew. Well, we'll get to that.
True.
I do want to
Julon Gold, okay? The rabbi himself.
Make one thing abundantly clear. You will not find that on my early life Wikipedia part, okay? I'm German.
Whoa. The opposite of the Jew is the opposite of being a Jew being German. Okay. So yeah, I mean, here we have Asmon has a list. Go to bed, checkmark and gaming tag. Wake up, neither. Later, checkmark with no gaming tag. After that, checkmark and gaming tag. Now, checkmark, no gaming tag. So Elon Musk is like spurging out on him basically over nothing. It's completely, but it is funny. It is funny. Now, I have someone in chat saying this actually changed my whole view on Elon. I think these problems have probably been present in him for quite a while. He's probably been a cringe lord for a long time. I think people are just now realizing how bad it really is. I think that's what's happening here. They're just now realizing how much of a cringe lord he truly is and has been for a long time. So yeah, there you go. Asmongold somehow managed to piss off Elon Musk to the point that he took away his verification mark on Twitter. I do not know why. I guess it's just pure insecurity, but it is embarrassing to watch. I like the fact that we live in a world where the biggest billionaire, well, not maybe the biggest, but one of the more influential people of our time is soy raging at Asmongold, this sweaty YouTube gamer who has roaches all over his floor. I do like that this is a timeline we live in. It's awesome. I do like it. Like how most of Elon Musk's tweets are just quote tweeting something saying, wow. Here we have him posting a tweet from Doge Designer that says all 7 Starship launches. So he's just moving full speed ahead, trying to ignore the gaming discourse. He's not willing to acknowledge the allegations, all right? And he probably will not apologize for, I mean, I'd say at the very least misrepresenting Asmongold and saying that he has some kind of editorial master over what he says, right? We got the good timeline, though. This is the good timeline. Elon Musk has managed to piss off everybody that he pandered to. Literally everybody that he pandered to originally thinks he's a idiot, and it is awesome. When are you going to realize no one cares about points or arguments, but instead defending their favorite parasocial pariah? People can't separate the points from their emotional attachment. I realized that a long time ago. Thank you. To be clear, I'm not some like god of praxis. I'm not the god of like, I always tell the truth. Like, I just, when I see people being, I would like to be able to point it out at the very least, right? I would like to be someone who's able to point out how dumb it is, because I find it so embarrassing. I think it's really funny we live in a timeline where one of the richest nerd freaks in the world is arguing with the gamer who has roaches crawling on him and wipes his mouth blood on the walls. It's amazing. We live in a beautiful world. We live in a truly beautiful timeline. Asmon still tries to defend him in that video. Maybe he doesn't want to totally cut off the connection to Elon Musk. I don't know. I mean, Asmon can do that if he wants. It's his prerogative. He can say how he feels. Like, I can't argue with him about how he should feel about his beef with him. But it is hilarious. It is hilarious. So there you go, chat. There you go. That's the Elon Musk thing. A lot of people wanted me to cover it. I do find it quite funny. I do find it quite enjoyable.
You like what you see? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's my big white penis. Mid-custis, you are gonna wanna see this. Head game fire, she a goddamn genius. Big white balls and they're bigger than Venus.